What's up, everybody? This is another movie review for the CTFxC Cinema Club for the movie called Everything Is Illuminated. So, you're asking yourself, what is this movie about that is called Everything Is Illuminated? Well, Everything Illuminated is basically about this guy named Jonathan that was played by Elijah Woods, and it's about how he's like this rich Jew and all, and then you got this other family that's kind of goes after the dead Jews, and they kind of make off with this money and the trade-off and everything. They go on asking to trade off with the rich Jews and all, because like there's this lifestyle between the two worlds. You got like the poor Jews and you got like the rich Jews and all, and so then they end up wanting to trade off from the dead bodies for money to the rich Jews, I guess. And so, but you got Elijah Wood's character that was of Jonathan, and then you got Alex and the grandfather and all, and so they end up taking out this journey to go find about Jonathan's adventure and all, trying to go find out about his parents and no, it was actually his, it was his parents, and so they ended up finding about the war that was going on. And so then, let's see, it was about basically how Jonathan was this collector, because each trip they went on during their adventure, he was always collecting little items and all from different places that they went on. And so and it was interesting to see how Jonathan was if they stopped somewhere to eat, it's like he's like, I'm a vegetarian, and so Alex and his grandfather were looking at him like, what? You're a vegetarian? It's like, what's wrong with you? Because Jonathan didn't ever eat any meat or anything. If it was sausage, chicken, whatever it was, that was always meat, and he did not eat meat. And so he wanted a potato. And so the lady that came in was, I guess, their waitress and all, and so she was like, well, the potato comes with the meat. And he's like, I don't want any meat, because that's what Jonathan was saying to her. And so then they had to figure out a way, because he just wanted just the potato, and so they got him the potato on the plate and everything. So that's basically how he was. And so Alex and his grandfather always looked at him really weird, like, what's wrong with you? Even the waitress looked at him weird, like, what's wrong with you? And so they're always going on these they're still going out through all these adventures and all, and while Jonathan's collecting all these little items. And so then you got where they're going to Trumbo or so, and so they end up find this place that they actually go to, and it's filled with a bunch of sunflowers. And so they were like, let's stop by here, because they were always told to to stop by this place, and so that was called Trumbo or so. And so they ended up stopping by, and then they went through it, and then they ended up finding this house that was right in the middle of the sunflowers. And so they were like, Alex was talking to her, and so he's like, is this I'm looking for a place called Trumbo, and it's like, this is Trumbo. And so he was trying to talk with her, and so they end up because like the whole adventure that they're going on, they're trying to get to Lesotho or so, and so basically that's how that happened. And so they end up talking with the old lady, like I was saying, and so then later on they go to the river of it, and they come across a monument in memory of the 1,024 Trombolas or so, of the people that were killed at the hands of the German fascism on March 18th of 1942. So that's basically, there was like a war going on, and so as the movie came along, like the grandfather the old lady was asking the grandfather, "Is the war over?" And so he was basically like kind of kissing her hand, the old lady's hand. Is like, "Yes, the war is over." And so basically, like I was saying, each place Jonathan went to, he always was collecting items and everything. And so, but basically, overall, this movie is talking about in life, don't go searching for what you're looking for, but let it search for you instead. And then, in the world we live in, and we live in a light that watches over us and protects us. Cause like, let's say you're going by through like some people and they look someone looks familiar to you, and you're like, maybe that was that person. And so, but always think about it. There's always going to be a light that's always going to be guiding you and to protect you. No matter who it is or what it is, there's always that light there for you. So that was basically overall this main topic of the movie. And so, but I really enjoyed this movie, so I'm going to give this movie a rating of, let's see, I'm going to give it a movie review of 8 stars. I'm going to give it 8 stars. Because I really enjoyed this movie. And, like, it was a lot of thought about this movie, like, because, I don't know, like, it was like that heartwarming touch feel. I mean, like, it had a lot of meaning into this movie, and so I really enjoyed it. I mean, because at first I was like, okay, it started off kind of really slow and everything, and so I was like, it's getting kind of boring. But then as it was going on, I was like, wow. And so, like, because like I was getting all into the movie and everything. I was like, wow, this is really good. And so I actually enjoyed it. And like, it was neat just seeing how the two lifestyles were. And so, but that's my movie review for the CTFxC movie review for Everything Is Illuminated. So I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching this movie review, and I'm gonna go. Alright, peace.